Well, we're going to go through Missouri too. I want to see my town. They're waiting too. Please say. We're all kids at heart.
There's a gal on in the second row back there in the middle. Light hair. Name's Claire. Beautiful voice. She sings with us with ropes and some different Claire. Beautiful.
I'm leaving today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm Rob Tate, and I'm your travel director for the day. Actually, for the week. I hope everyone found their luggage after that mix-up at the JFK airport today. And I apologize for that, but the important thing is we're all together here in the Big Apple. But just to be sure, check your ticket. If it says Mission Royale's Sea to Shining Sea musical road trip, you're in the right place. New York City is our first stop on our 7-day musical road trip across the good old USA. First on the itinerary is the Broadway show package, starting with the 2 o'clock matinee at the Schubert Theater for a chorus line. Most of you have signed up for Fiddler on the Roof tonight, and then we've got some great seats for everyone at the Rodgers and Hammerstein Festival tomorrow afternoon. Oh yeah. I see we're pulling up to the Schubert Theater right now. Let me just tell you, a chorus line was written by Marvin Hamlish and Edward Cleven in 1975. The original Broadway production ran for more than 6,000 performances. Now, when you get inside, you're going to have to hurry and find your seats quickly, because the Sea to Shining Sea singers will be about ready to begin. By the way, they will be traveling with us throughout the week, and you're going to have a chance to get to know some of the individual singers in each of the cities that we visit this week. Oh, I see the curtains starting to come up. Enjoy.
A chorus line is centered on 17 Broadway dancers auditioning for a role on the chorus line. We open with the musical's signature song, One. Zach, the director, confronts Cassie, thinking or feeling that she is dancing down.
Cassie, you got out of the chorus line when you were 22 years old. You can't do this any longer.
I can do it. I did exactly what you asked me to do. I danced like everyone else.
Yeah, I saw that. You don't belong in the chorus line, Cassie. You're special. Why are you giving up and just accepting the chorus line?
I would be proud to be one of them. They're wonderful. They are all special. I'd be happy to dance in that line. Yes, I would. And I'll take the chorus if you'll take me.
Places, everyone. Five, 6, 7, 8.
Will do.
what a wonderful character we as parents can relate to trying to raise his daughters in the early 1900s to respect their culture and their Jewish traditions. Tevye was the lead character in Fiddler on the Roof. He dominated the Broadway musical stage for 8 years and 3,000 performances. Every performance he proclaimed, without our traditions, our lives would be as shaky as a fiddler on the roof. Sounds crazy, huh? But in our little village of Anatevka, you might hear him say, every one of us is like a fiddler on the roof, trying to scratch out a tune without breaking our necks. It isn't easy. So you might say to him, why do you stay up there if it is so dangerous? And he replies, one word.
Remember him? It's Jewish song.
The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears.
In 1943, a new musical was presented on Broadway that changed musical theater forever. It was Oklahoma, the first of 9 musicals put together by the talented team of Richard Rodgers and Oscar Hammerstein. From The King and I to Carousel, from The Sound of Music to South Pacific, their shows are known and loved throughout the world. And from their shows came a variety of song classics. Songs of every style and emotion, songs that will last forever.
More wash that man right out of my hair.
I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair and send him on his way.
Don't try to patch it up.
Tear it up, tear it up,
Washing up, drying up.
pushing up, flying up, and soak him and let him go. Yeah, sister.
I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair.
I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair and send him on his way.
Well, what do you think of those sea to shining sea singers that we have with us today? We have one more song from the Rodgers and Hammerstein collection. And ever since they wrote their musical play Carousel, You'll Never Walk Alone has just lived a life of its own. In the musical, we hear it first sung after Billy Bigelow fatally falls on his knife, trying to escape after committing a robbery, and he dies in his pregnant wife's arms. During the finale, Billy is allowed to come back to Earth invisibly to redeem his wrongdoings, and is able to stand next to the daughter he never knew on her graduation day. He wants his daughter and his wife to know he will always be there for him. They will never walk alone. Carousel also opened on Broadway during World War II. That song consoled many Americans who grieved for the loss of a brother, a son, a father, a friend. It became more than just a Broadway show tune. It became the hope for the future, where no one walks alone. Fast forward to 1963, please. In the United Kingdom, a group called Jerry and the Pacemakers recorded You'll Never Walk Alone. It was a #1 hit for 4 weeks. They outdid the Beatles for those 4 weeks. It so happened that same year, in 1963, was also the year that the Liverpool football stadium, they installed their first PA system, hot stuff back in those days. Fans would come early just to sing their favorite songs from the radio with 30,000 other people. The top 10 hits were always played in descending order. Because You'll Never Walk Alone was #1 for those 4 weeks, when the team entered the field, they were singing You'll Never Walk Alone. And that's how the tradition started. Still today, Liverpool fans sing You'll Never Walk Alone not only before their games, but during the game to remind the players they are not alone on the field. When you walk into the stadium, you walk under a huge ironwork crest that says You'll Never Walk Alone, because it's the club's official anthem. Now fast forward one more time for me to 1989, when a fatal human crush occurred at the Hillsborough Stadium in Sheffield, England. The stadium was dangerously overcrowded for the semi-final match between Liverpool and Nottingham Forest. Security opened the exit gates to allow people to leave, to find safety, and the opposite happened. 2,000 more people came into the stadium. 97 Liverpool fans died that day, with over 700 injuries to other Liverpool fans. The day after the tragedy, You'll Never Walk Alone was sung at the memorial service, with an attendance of 13,000 people, filling the cathedral and then spilling out onto the streets. And they held their scarves. They got it today. To this day, if you attend a football match at Liverpool Stadium, you'll see thousands of people with those scarves inscribed with the words, You'll Never Walk Alone. So whether you're a musical theater fan or a football fan or a pop music fan, this Rodgers and Hammerstein classic reminds us all to walk on with hope in our hearts.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of a storm is a golden sky, and the sweet silver song of love. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your heart, and you'll never walk
Well, it's time to leave the Big Apple, and the first stop on our musical road trip is Detroit, Michigan, which became known as the Motor City because it's the center of our auto industry. In 1959, Barry Gordy formed his own recording company and took the two words Motortown and combined them and created the Motown sound, the most successful record label in the history of American music. Now, Motown fostered many individual performers, such as Smokey Robinson, Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Tina Turner, Aretha Franklin, Gladys Knight, Diana Ross. That's just to name a few. And their premier groups included the Temptations, the Commodores, the Four Tops, and the most successful of Motown's groups, the Supremes. Now, the true stars of the Motown sound was a songwriting team consisting of three men, Lamont Dozier and the brothers Brian and Eddie Holland. They produced 25 #1 singles from 1962 to 1967, including Baby Love, My Baby Love, and Stop in the Name of... Okay, you got that. I love that part. Dozier said he got the idea for that stop part when he was cheated on by his girlfriend. And in the heat of an argument, he actually said, "Baby, please stop in the name of love before you break my heart."
Stop in the name of love before you break my heart. Ooh, baby love, my baby love, I need you, oh how I need you. But all you do is treat me bad, break my heart and leave me sad. What did I do wrong to make you stay away so long? Baby love, my baby love, I'm missing you, just kissing you. Instead of breaking up, there's nothing to making up. Don't throw my love away, be mine, why don't you stay? In the name of love, before you break my heart. Stop in the name of love, before you break my heart. Think it all over, thinking it all over. Stop in the name of love, before you break my heart. Stop in the name of love, before you break my heart. Stop in the name of love, before you break my heart. Before you break my heart. In the name of love, Stop.
We worked an awful long time. They did a wonderful job. Good things sometimes come in fours, like north, south, east, and west, summer, winter, spring, and fall. Paul, John, George, Ringo. Today we have a package of four that includes Lila, Kathy, Rosemary, and Kay. better known as Harmony Express. They are well known around Casa Grande, devoting their personal time to entertain several of the local nursing homes, as well as their singing telegram business around the holidays. Be sure to give them a try. Our road trip today heads 500 miles southeast of Detroit. These ladies are escorting us today into the Shenandoah River Valley. Our mode of transportation today, by train. Have those cameras ready. The Blue Ridge Mountain scenery is breathtaking this time of year.
Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Oh, where you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I long to hear you. Away, I'm bound away, across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. Oh, where you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I love your daughter. Away, I'm bound away, across the wide Missouri. Across the wide Missouri. Oh, Shenandoah, I'm bound to leave you. Oh, where you rolling river. Oh, Shenandoah, I'll not deceive you. Away, I'm bound away, across the wide Missouri. Across the wide Missouri. Hello, neighbor, welcome aboard. Yes, everything's fine all along the line. I've been working on the railroad all the livelong day. I've been working on the railroad just to pass the time away. Can't you hear the whistle blowing? Rise up so early in the morn. Can't you hear the captain shouting? Dinah, blow your horn. Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow your horn? Dinah, won't you blow? Dinah, won't you blow? Come on, blow your horn. I've been working on the railroad 'cause I'm a railroad gal. I've been working on the railroad just to take those trains home fast as I can. Can't you hear the whistle? Woo, 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 woo. Rise up, man, I hear you getting up. Can't you hear the captain shouting? Get to work, get to work. Yes, I'll be working on the railroad all day, livelong day.
Well, we're staying in Appalachia for 2 more days in the state of Tennessee. Let me introduce you to Felice and Boudleaux Bryant, an American husband and wife songwriting team from the 50s. Many of their songs were made famous by the Everly Brothers. Dream, 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 and bye-bye love, bye-bye happiness, and wake up a little Susie. But none of those songs hold a candle to the love that people have for their most famous song, Dear Old Rocky Top. It was not one of their favorite songs that they wrote. They wrote it in 10 minutes one day. They had no idea that Rocky Top would one day be adopted as one of the 12 Tennessee state songs, along with the Tennessee Waltz. In 1972, the University of Tennessee adopted Rocky Top as their official fight song. And recently it was voted the best college fight song in America. The Tennessee fans love it. They sing it 50 to 60 times every game. Geographically, Rocky Top is actually one of the 3 peaks on Thunderhead Mountain, right along the border to North Carolina along the Appalachian Trail. Rocky Top has an elevation of 5,440 feet and is said by many to be one of the most beautiful vantage points in the Great Smoky Mountains. Now, just a side note, in the late 60s, Felice and Boudleaux bought the Rocky Top Village Inn Pancake House in Gatlinburg, where you can still get a Rocky Top stack of flapjacks today.
Once 2 strangers climbed on Rocky Top, looking for a moonshine still. Strangers ain't come down from Rocky Top, reckon they never will.
Corn won't grow on top of Rocky Top, there's too runny by far. That's why all the folks on Rocky Top get their corn from a jar. Rocky Top will always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top, Rocky Top, Tennessee. Rocky Top, Tennessee. I've had years of cramped up city life, trapped like a duck in a pen. All I know is it's a city life, can't be simple again. Rocky Top will always be home sweet home to me. Good
Well, our second day in Tennessee includes a tour of the Graceland Mansion in Memphis, home to the resting place, Elvis Aaron Presley, known as the King of Rock and Roll. According to John Lennon, before Elvis, it was nothing. Now, Blue Suede Shoes was written and first recorded by American singer and songwriter Carl Perkins. Playing a college dance one night, Perkins heard a student raising his voice to his date on the dance floor. "Hey, don't be stepping on my suede." Perkins could not imagine any guy thinking his shoes were more important than the girl he was dancing with. He started writing Blue Suede Shoes that night. He recorded Blue Suede Shoes in December of '55, and it went all the way up to number 2 on the charts, right below Elvis Presley's Heartbreak Hotel. Elvis recorded Blue Suede Shoes 2 months later, and it held the number 1 position for 3 months. By April 1956, more than 1 million copies of Blue Suede Shoes had been sold, which earned Carl Perkins the gold record.
Me down, down my face, down my name all over the place. Do anything that you wanna do, but honey, go down for my shoes. Why don't you step on my blue suede shoes? Well, you can do anything but lay off of my blue suede shoes. I got blue, blue, blue suede shoes. I got blue, blue. Shoes, I got blue, blue, blue suede shoes. I got blue, blue, blue suede shoes. Well, you can do anything to lay off of my blue suede shoes. I've tried shoes as a brown man, I've tried black and gray, but when it comes to shoes, men choose what I've got to say. There's a golden rule that I'm always cool with my blue suede shoes. I've tried shoes as a brown man, I've tried black and gray, but when it comes to shoes, men choose what
Good morning. Welcome to Georgia, the largest state east of the Mississippi River, also known as the Peach State. And before we pass all around those complimentary peach cobblers, I direct your attention to Hogan Howard Carmichael, who was one of the most successful songwriters of the 1930s. We probably know him better as Hoagie Carmichael. Hoagie had two sisters, Joanne and Georgia. The death of his 3-year-old sister Joanne in 1918 affected him deeply. He later wrote in his autobiography, "My sister Joanne was a victim of poverty. We couldn't afford a good doctor. And that's when I vowed I would never be broke in my lifetime." As a result, he attended Indiana State University, and where he earned a bachelor's degree and a law degree. But songwriting remained his passion. He was always searching for the right melody. He found quite a few melodies, like, for instance, "Heart and soul, I fell in love with you, heart, and in the cool, cool, cool of the evening, tell him I'll be there." He won the Academy Award for that one. His list of hits include "The Nearness of You," "Up a Lazy River" by the Old Mill Run, and Willie Nelson's favorite, "Stardust." But in my humble opinion, his best melody is our next song, "Georgia on My Mind." The song is believed to have been written about the state of Georgia, but Stuart Gorell says he wrote the lyrics about Hoagie's sister, Georgia Carmichael. But Hoagie later confirmed the song is a love song to the state of Georgia. In 1960, Ray Charles, a native of Georgia himself, recorded the version that went to #1 on the Billboard chart in a matter of days. And in 1979, his version of the song was proclaimed the state song of the state of Georgia. that you are here today for these performers. They have given many hours of their time to be able to entertain you today. They deserve this wonderful sellout crowd. Their individual efforts are significant. Let me introduce our performers today. At the keyboard, Miss Jenny Lewis. She's really the most important member of the group, being an accomplished pianist. She and I are both retired music educators, which is probably why we work so well together. She is still an active church musician here in Casa Grande. She lives in Fiesta Grande, and she brought 29 of her biggest fans to join us today. She deserves her own round of applause. Let's give it up for Jenny Lewis. Setting at the drum set, Mr. Dennis Bierman.
Yeah.
Dennis comes to us from Ropes and Ranch. He started playing drums when he was in 4th grade, and as a Navy corpsman, he played in the ship's combo, and then played for 22 years in an Army Reserve band. He's a local member of the Jazz Experience Group at Robeson and percussionist for a local community concert band. In that group, he has the opportunity to see and talk with D'Angelo, our high school drummer who played for us in December. D'Angelo left yesterday with the Union High School Band for performances and competitions in California for the weekend. Jerry Deal, our sound technician back in the corner. Jerry is a computer teacher at Mary C. O'Brien Elementary and is the sound technician for the Oasis Church that meets here every Sunday. This last December, Linda and I had the privilege to hear Jerry sing at their Christmas Eve service. Thank you, Jerry, for the hours it takes you to set up all of the equipment needed to amplify and monitor all of our efforts. We need you to know we do not take you for granted. We need you to know we greatly appreciate you. Jerry Deal. I'm thrilled to introduce 5 more special friends. We are so fortunate to have these wonderful people who gave up their time and offered their talent for our John Denver medley. In that last week of January when we were starting this show, I thought to myself, I wish we could find a guitar player for the John Denver songs. And look what we ended up with. A litter of 5. I guess you need to be careful what you wish for. I'd like to introduce Jim Morgan. Jim grew up in Ohio. His first gig was playing at a junior high dance. He had a 45-year career in California, recording and mixing records. Retired to Casa Grande in 21 and started playing his guitar once again. He's living the life, he says. Next to Jim is Ted Stachel. He's born in California, grew up in Minnesota, spent 7 years in the Air Force. His musical career began playing the accordion and the guitar. His best gig ever was a battle of the band, and he moved to Mission 2 years ago. Ted Stachel. Duncan Ross, he and his wife Myrna live north of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Growing up, he came from a very musical family, and as a teenager he played rhythm guitar in a rock band. His first paying gig was in 1968 in a band named the Mayberry Fire Department. Next to Duncan is Larry Paquette. He and his wife Carmen live 30 hours due north of Casa Grande in St. Vincent, Alberta. He's a self-taught guitar player. His first gig was not as a kid, but as a senior citizen right here at the mission, in the local mission grill. He's known by his friends as Snakebite Larry. I know those four guys will agree with me. Our favorite guitar player is Claire Persons. She's over here from the soprano section. Her musical adventure began with piano lessons. As a little girl growing up in Duluth, Minnesota, she switched to guitar in high school for a short time, but then life happened. She raised her two daughters, had a full-time career, and she's now retired, which has given her time to take up guitar where she left off so many years ago. Today is Claire's first guitar gig ever. And now I'd like to introduce the real stars of the program. In our tenor section, Tom Brickwell, Ron Newell, Buddy John, Barb Smith, Joe Jones, Janine Bird, Rosemary Sadler, Linda Tate. Our bass section, Steve Tamala, Dwayne Pico, Bill Machen, Al Nelson, Jack Wagner, Paul Bowe, John White. Our alto section, Kate Platt, Sue Nelson, Kathy Witt, Arlene Elliott, Jewel Karen, Judy Fox, Betty Gray, Dorothy Johnson. Our soprano section, Joyce Hanley, Ruvan Lyle, Lila Bartosek, Carol Johnson, Claire Persons, Emily Nemeth, Linda Hammond, Kelly Tamala, and Kay Crutillo, and I'm Rob T. All right, we're in Colorado now, right? Check your itinerary just to make sure. As we stand outside the Denver International Airport, we are immediately reminded of the beauty of the state of Colorado. Our Rocky Mountain road trip today will highlight the state's favorite country boy, John Denver. In his song, Rocky Mountain High, he tells us he was born in the summer of his 27th year, which is actually when he moved to Aspen, Colorado. Henry John Duchendorf Jr. was born in 1943 in Roswell, New Mexico. But at the age of 20, he was told that his name was really not star material. So he got rid of the Henry, and he swapped Duchendorf for Denver, the capital of his favorite state to visit.
John Denver, songwriter, performer, actor, and humanitarian. A unique personality who has always maintained that people everywhere are the same in heart and spirit. Annie's song is a prayer to the love in us all. Welcome to a legacy of song, our tribute to John Denver.
Like
ever take the country out of the boy.
But life without a farmer is kind of laid back. Ain't much an old country boy like we can act. It's early too high, it's early in the sack. Thank God I'm a country boy. A simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on the farm. My days are all filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old bill.
Well, today is our easiest travel day. We board a Greyhound bus and we head south from Denver down to Albuquerque, New Mexico, where we can jump on Route 66 and head west. He wanted to try his, the song Route 66 was composed in 1946 by American songwriter Bobby Troup. He wanted to try his hand at Hollywood songwriting, so he and his wife Cynthia packed up their 1941 Buick and they headed west for 2,448 miles from the shores of Lake Michigan to Los Angeles. At nearly 100 years old, Route 66 is the highway where the journey is as much fun as the destination. Arizona claims the longest stretch of the original highway, stretching from New Mexico just to west of Kingman at the California line. Those 350 miles are dotted with many, many small towns filled with many things to do. You know, quirky kind of things, like the Wigwam Motel in Holbrook. When was the last time you slept in a teepee? We've had fun switching our jobs on this next song. Ron's going to come down and take over the directing podium. I'm going to slide over to the piano, and Ginny is going to sit back and enjoy. We hope you're ready, because California, here we come. How fun was that? Well, we made it to California during that song. Welcome to California's Golden City, San Francisco, which is our last stop for the week. You can't speak of San Francisco without mentioning the city's most famous celebrity,
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett. In 1949, Bob Hope heard Tony sing in Greenwich Village with Pearl Bailey and offered him a spot opening his shows at the Paramount Theater. When Hope heard Tony's name was Anthony Dominic Benedetto, well, that's never going to fit on the marquee. So we're going to call you Tony Bennett. And that's when his career began, which spanned 8 decades. But Tony's connection to that wonderful song, I Left My Heart in San Francisco, nearly didn't happen. Songwriters were constantly giving Bennett's musical director, Mr. Ralph Sharon, copies of their newly written songs. Douglas Cross and George Corey, with fingers crossed, had done just that in 1959. Ralph Sharon went back to his apartment, stuck the song in a drawer, and forgot about it. 2 years later, he and Bennett were preparing to leave New York for a week-long engagement in San Francisco. When Ralph took his shirts out of the drawer to put into the suitcase, there it was, laying in the bottom of the drawer. And he thought, well, what's it going to hurt? I might as well take it along. We're going to San Francisco anyhow. Maybe it would be a song that those San Francisco people would like. You think? Wow. When Ralph, within 2 months, Bennett recorded his version of I Left My Heart in San Francisco, which stayed on the charts for 2 weeks? No. 2 months? No. 2 years. Frank Sinatra's quote, Tony Bennett is the best singer in the business, end quote. Even at age 95, even with Alzheimer's, Tony was a singer's singer. At 96, Tony Bennett left his heart in San Francisco. Flags were lowered to half-mast in honor of his legacy and his love for the city. We're very pleased to present to you Tony Bennett's signature song.
Loveliness of Paris seems somehow sadly gay. The glory that was Rome is of another day.
I've been terribly alone and forgotten in Manhattan. I'm going home to my city by the
In San Francisco, I ought to it calls to me to be where little King of Hearts, little King of Hearts, find halfway to the
Hey, kids! Didn't you love the way that pilot circled around the Golden Gate Bridge just for us after the takeoff? Well, since this is our last flight of the week, and we do have 5.5 hours until we touch down in New York City, a road trip would not be a real road trip without some kind of an old-fashioned sing-along. So we're going to turn up the lights and invite you to join us in singing "This Land Is Your Land," words and music by Woody Guthrie, on the back of your program. Now you're going to notice that we added 3 extra verses to honor our Canadian friends who visit us each year here in Mission Royale. If you have a mailing address somewhere in Canada, please stand up so we can show you our appreciation that you are here today. Come on, stand up and mail it out. Thank you. Canada is home to majestic mountain ranges, sparkling blue lakes, and pristine forests, not to mention those stunning northern lights. Let's all sing together about our 2 countries. We start with 3 verses from Woody Guthrie's original lyrics, and then sing 3 verses that describe our neighbor to the north. I'm going to ask the Sea to Shining Sea singers to stand up and join us. They thought they were going to sit down. Here we go, Jenny. As we begin our descent back into New York, we can see Our Lady of Liberty in the harbor. She still stands for freedom. Lee Greenwood wrote about the love he has for this country and the struggle that we've gone through to remain free. His song echoes the faith of our forefathers and their respect for a higher authority. His song is about hope faith, spirit, and pride. Thank you one and all for being here today.
And all that.
Moved out of the way.